Let us talk about four major red flags in relationships that you need to pay attention to. Okay, now if you follow my channel, you know that on here I talk about love, sex, and relationship. Okay, I try to help you understand women if you're a man and to help you pick the best woman for you. Now, when I talk about dating and relationship, I always tell you that dating is not all about to see if she's good in bed and how many rounds you can both go. There are other important things that needs to be considered if you want to have a better relationship that will lead to marriage with this person. So while you're dating, there are some things you should be paying attention to, not just how her body jiggles, how her nyash is shaking. That's not the only thing you should be paying attention to. All right. So let me tell you four major red flags that you need to watch out for. Okay. And if you see any of these behaviors, it's time to call it quits or try to have a conversation with her and see if she can fix it if you really love her. And if she doesn't try to change, bro, it's time to leave. All right. So, welcome back to my channel. This is Real Talk with IJ, and I am your host, IJ. All right. So, without wasting any of your time, let's just dive straight into today's video. But first, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, this is the right time for you to do it so that you don't miss any of my videos. And welcome to December. Okay, it's the end of the year and we're feeling super excited. So stay with me. All right, stay with me. Now let us first talk about this one. Now you see these red flags. Some of you don't pay attention. Some of you men, you allow women rush you and take advantage of you. Now, if a woman moves too quickly, you need to be careful. If a woman meets you and she doesn't want to go through the gradual process of knowing you, she just meets you today and she wants you to get married to her. She wants to start having raw sex. She wants to get pregnant for you. She wants to move into your house. If you feel like she's rushing this thing, then you need to pay attention. You need to know why the rush. Some of them, they can carry pregnancy and come and meet you, and they want to quickly have unprotected sex with you, and you are not bothered. Like, you're also super excited that this fine girl is allowing you hit it raw, and you jump in, and that's how you become the father of a child that you're not sure of. Okay, and also sometimes it's not just really love. Most of them have controlling issues. Most of them just want a man. Most of them are narcissists. So they will bombard you with love bomb you, make you feel special, make you feel like you're the best thing that's ever happened to them, only to come into that relationship and frustrate you. Okay, relationship is a gradual process. It's a gradual process because marriage is a long time commitment. It's not something that you just rush into. Okay, you rush into it, you rush out of it. All right, so if you get into a relationship, excuse me, if you get into any relationship or you're trying to get into a relationship with a girl and she's rushing you, she's rushing the whole process. She just met you 2 days, she's already calling you the love of her life. She already has. Listen, especially if it's coming from the girls, us girls will take our time. If we like you, we take our time. We don't rush into, giving you pet names. We take our time to gradually fall in love with you. Now, when the rush is too much, pay attention. This person is coming to your life for a reason. Okay, when they're in a hurry like that, it's usually not a good sign. The second red flag for me in a relationship is when you have mismatched value. Now, this one I don't even want to stress on it because I've talked about this a lot on this channel. If you are in a relationship with someone and you do not share the same value, it's a huge red flag. Whether it's religion, whether it's how to raise the kids, whether it's where you plan to be in future, whether it's the role in the family 50-50, 70-70, 70-30, 100-100 or whatnot, no matter what it is, I mean, if you guys do not have the same landing ground when it comes to value, I don't see why you want to even be in that relationship in the first place. Okay, because your values need to align. Okay, if your values do not align, how will your goals align? And if you guys have different goals and different value, how are you people coming together to become one, which is the concept of marriage? Because I'm hoping that you're dating to marry and not dating to have fun, no matter how old you are. Okay, so if you guys have mismatched values, that's a huge red flag. Okay, you guys need, that's why the dating stage is very important. A lot of you skip the dating stage. A lot of you skip the important conversations and just jump into knacking and jump into marrying each other. And now when you're in this marriage, you now discover that you guys do not even believe in the same things. So it's very important that when you're dating, ask important question. Don't be afraid though, because sometimes you good guys can be so scared to offend. And that's not good at all. You're so scared to offend. You don't want to ask any question to spoil her mood or to change the mood or whatever. So you're afraid to ask important things because you don't want to offend or anything. Be okay to offend so that you know your stance. Okay, it's better to have a broken relationship than a broken marriage with kids. It's not the same, especially when there are kids involved. So you want to get to know this person 100%, at least 90% before you get into that marriage. Okay, so if you do not share the same value, that's a huge red flag. Please do not think that, oh, she's just saying all these ones, because that's how some of you do. You're in a relationship with a girl that she has told you clearly that she does not want kids, and you're thinking, oh, it's just a Gen Z thing, or it's because you're still in your 20s. Don't worry, you will miss it. You will definitely want it in future. Now you guys are heading towards your 40s and you're stressing to have kids, and she's like, I told you I don't want to have kids. I told you I don't want to have kids. Now it's a serious issue. Now you want to bring in a second wife because you're like, if you're not going to have kids with me, I'll have it with other people. But this girl clearly told you that she's not going to have kids, and she's not going to want you to have another woman. And you thought she was joking. You thought she was just being, young. Please have the same value. You need to know what you want. Don't just say she will change. Nobody ever really changes. Okay? So, like, that's very important that you guys have the same value, or it's not going to work. Another red flag that is very important to note is someone with a negative energy. Now, see this negative energy thing, both in your circle of friends, both in your family. Stay away from negative people. People who come and the happiness just dries up in the room. If you're with a girl like that, please stay away from people like that. Okay. She's someone that when you're sharing your goals, or your achievements, feeling excited, they just drain the energy. They suck the life out of it. Like you're talking about how you achieved this, or how you just got this and you bought this, and instead of them to say, oh, congratulations, that's nice, they're like, are you sure that this thing is going to be forever? Like, I heard somewhere that, this thing leads to cancer, or this thing does this to you. They just start bringing out all the negative part of the excitement that everybody is sharing. Please do not be with anybody that has negative energy. And also, one of the huge sign again that that person has negative energy is if they constantly want to talk down on you or other people to make themselves feel better. Okay, because they don't even have self-confidence. They're not proud of their own look, how they are, their life and everything. So they don't care about any other person. So if you're putting on a nice dress and you're feeling happy about it, she's going to look for something about the dress to make you feel less happier. Okay, less happier. So this kind of person will talk down on you. They will mock you. They will under how do I say, like, your achievements, your goals, they will undervalue it or something like that. I don't think that's the right word, but they will not make you feel like what you're celebrating is worth celebrating, or is much of a big deal. Negative people in general. So if she's a negative Nancy, please stay away from people like that. They are not healthy. They are not the type of people you want to be in a relationship with. They will always make you feel miserable. Like you feel like what you're celebrating is not worth celebrating. Your little wins, it becomes so little in your eyes when it's an achievement that you've been hoping and wanting to get. And they make you feel like your little wins are actually very little and they are not worth celebrating. All right. So it's not just about the knacks. You need to pay attention to how they reason and how they celebrate people's win. If they're always in the negative, you do not want to be with people like that. The last on my list will be people who have inconsistency in their behavior. Okay. If you notice this, you do not want to be with people like this because they have tendency to lie and deceive. Okay, if you notice that their stories keep changing, okay, they never say something and the next time they say it is the same thing. Today they tell you it was John, tomorrow they tell you it was Messi. You do not want to be with people like that. People who you cannot take their word. If they tell you good morning, you have to actually look outside to be sure that it's morning, because they are very inconsistent in their behavior, in whatever they do, in whatever they say. You cannot even have a conversation with this person. One minute they are hot, the next minute they are cold. There are a lot of people like this, and some of them don't even know they have inconsistency in their behavior pattern. You can never understand people like this. Okay, you don't even know what makes them happy, you don't know what makes them sad. Their emotions keep flipping on and off. The way they talk, their personality is not something that you can get a hold of. Okay, you do not want to be with somebody like this. People who are inconsistent in their behavior, they will stress the hell out of you, because they also tend to have like dual personality. You don't really know who is who. You don't know which version you are getting today and the version that you're getting tomorrow. So how are you supposed to know how to love each version? Okay, so you need to be sure that you're getting the authentic version that they are, that who they really are, because with their inconsistency in behavior is just going to be a hot mess. It's going to be a roller coaster of emotions from them, reactions from you, not knowing how to process them, not knowing how to have a proper conversation with them, not knowing whether to believe whatever they are saying or just, they say something else and they do something else. They say they want this, but they do that instead. That's why some of you always ask, tell me like, oh, women will say they want this, but they'll end up with this other person. A lot of time it's inconsistency in behavior. They don't even know that they're a walking red flag. Okay, so if someone is inconsistent in their behavior, if you guys have mismatched values, if they move too quickly, and if they have negative energy, you do not want to plan anything forever with this person. Now, what do you do if you really like this person? Call them out, like have a proper conversation with them. Tell them that you've noticed this pattern and you feel like they need to work on themselves. Maybe they need to seek therapy, or they just need to be made aware of this behavior, because sometimes they're not made aware, but when you tell them, they sit down and on their own they decide to change. And it's not just to decide it verbally, because people with inconsistency in their behavior also can say excuse me, they can say, yes, I will change, I'll fix it, but then you still see it in their behavior that they've not changed one bit. Okay, so watch them even after you've had a conversation with them. If they decide to have a conversation with you, watch if they've changed. If they've changed, then you can carry on. But if they're still the same person, please do not continue with them. And especially if your value do not match, because I feel like that's the biggest on this list. If your value, your future plans and everything doesn't match with this person, please don't waste your time, energy, and your resources on this person. And later in future, you now have a very big regret. All right, so this is the end of the video for today. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. If you're not yet subscribed, this is the right time to do it so that you don't miss any of my videos. All right, so I will see you in my next video. Give the video a thumbs up, share so that people can see it. All right, so keep living life, keep being champs, and bye for now.